Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we're taking a look at the track Bogus Operandi by the Swedish garage rock band The Hives. This is the first single to be released from their upcoming 6th studio album titled The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. And if you're wondering exactly who that is, it is actually a fictitious character that the band have credited almost everything they have ever done to this character. He was the person that got the band together, he manages the band, he writes all the songs, he does absolutely everything, but he is completely made up, or so we are led to believe. But it feels like they're putting an end to his story with this album. It is their first album in 11 years and they'll be hoping to reach the same highs they did with some of their earlier albums, Veni Vidi Vicious, which really was a very iconic album, and they are still to this day one of the most eclectic bands ever to grace a stage with their live performances. They really are well known for their live performances being considered much stronger than their physical studio releases. So will this latest track prove to be bogus or brilliant? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. Just as a warning before we do dive into the video, there are a couple of graphic scenes featured in this music video, so if you are someone that's a little bit squeamish or doesn't like things such as blood, then just do be aware that will be coming up at some point in the video, so just do be aware of that.
Bogus Operandi.
I love how already he just has this iconic Hives sound. You really can just pick it up from the guitar and the drums, and there's these slow builds into the tracks that they love to do. They've done it throughout a variety of different tracks across the course of their career. It's also something they love to do on the live stage as well. Really bring in these slow builds, really build these energy levels, and it's one of the main ingredients that is thrown into their live shows that makes them so popular. But I'm glad to see, even after 11 years away from releasing an album, they've still stuck just off the start already with this iconic Hive sound that they're very much known for and well respected for. And I love how with the vocals, they've always done this throughout the variety of their tracks. They always just have this in the background, all the different members kind of contributing, with all of them kind of contributing to the backing vocals. You've seen it on tracks such as Tick Tick Boom and a variety of others. It's something that they like to have in their little playbook that they really love to bring out across a variety of tracks. Even if half the time it just sounds like gibberish nonsense at times, that's how the band work. They work better when half the lyrics are almost undistinguishable at times, are just kind of that shouted vocal style from Pear that's really kind of in your face. It just really adds to this garage rock sound that the band have really developed over the years.
Nothing but bogus operandi, yeah.
And one thing I really love about the band is the fact that they have this angsty aggression. The way they describe it is it's not adult rock and roll. This is very teenage rebellion. It's in your face, it's angsty, and that's something they've always tried to play on. They feel like rock and roll is too almost adult-like in today's world. You're kind of cutting corners and really keeping everything nice and neat, whereas this band just love to throw things out the window. They really just love to just throw anything they can at you and really keep you guessing with what they're going to do, and that's shown through the vocal style, the musical style as well, and just even a lot of the other elements they bring in from a lot of their videos as well.
I only need a moment, moments come around. You're gonna think you're gone blind. I told
It just shows just like they don't actually need to play around with lots of lyrics. They can just use the instruments to really push this fast pace along and really just add this edginess to the actual track. And it just shows, even through the visuals, despite it being a bit gruesome at times, just this barrel of fun and really kind of playing on this idea that they're going to with the actual release of the album. This idea of Randy Fitzsimmons almost coming back up from the grave. They've tried to bury him and now he's returning to kind of take vengeance on the band. It's going to be some kind of twisted story with the Hives, but that's how they just work best.
Like I said, like I said, like I said. Well, like I said, like I said, like I said, like I said. Come on. Well, like I said, like I said, like I said, like I said. Stronger, you know. Well, like I said, like I said, like I said. I'm on up, stronger. Well, like I said, nothing my Bogus Operandi, yeah. 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 Nothing my Bogus Operandi, yeah.
It is definitely great to see the band coming back, just really just bringing back their unique sound and style that we have missed over the past 11 or so years, and it's really great to see. And I love how they're playing on this idea of the death of Randy Fitzsimmons, almost like the death of the band as they kind of move into a next chapter, into the next phase, kind of the altered suits that we have seen from them in the past in different visuals. So just really fun, energetic track that just really showcases everything that makes the Hives the band that they are. These really kind of grungy, etchy guitars, and I love the build towards the end with the adding the extra layered vocals, just really ramping things up just to have this crescendo build as the song tails off. So I really did enjoy that, and I'm glad to see them releasing another album. I really am excited to see what this album will hold. I really do love Veni Vidi Vicious and a couple of other albums they did release across the course of the 2000s, so it is great to see that they are one of the bands keeping garage rock alive and keeping it sort of youthful as well, because they bring across this teenage angsty aggression in their music rather than playing almost adult rock and roll. And that's one thing I really do admire about the band, that they have stuck to their ideas and their ideals to really push their style of music forward. I also really like the title of the track being a play on modus operandi, which is a particular way of doing things, and it's often associated with killers killing in a certain way, or murderers. You see it in a lot of crime shows and things like that. So really playing on that with the visuals, the idea of bogus operandi, it's almost like fake to doing things the normal way, and that's exactly what this band do. They don't do things the normal way. They love to spice things up, they love to mix things up, so it's a very fitting title for what the band do, and also for fitting in with the visuals and the actual song itself. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, please feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comment section below. I for one absolutely loved it. I think I'm definitely going to be playing this a good few times on repeat. I think it's going to be one of those songs that really does get stuck in your head, and I can't wait for the album to actually release around August 11th. I do believe it will be joining us, so great. Hopefully if we get to see a couple more tracks from the album between now and then, to see if it is going to form a bit of a concept album. It certainly feels like it will, with this idea of Randy Fitzsimmons really being built in to the visuals and probably hopefully to the album as well, with him being in the title, but we will have to wait and see. Also, if you would like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next audio analysis.